This is one of the reasons I'm glad we don't do visual.
Because it would not end well.
Things get weird. Things get real weird. Alright, episode
22.
22. Okay. It has reached Taylor Swift levels. Alright, off to a bang up start. We are Kelven and I back here. We have a few spectators.
Peter. Jocelyn.
Yeah, little tiger guy. in his throne. Yeah, we're talking about Unbreakable records this week. Sticking with the new format though. I think the new format's going well based off of our feedback.
Our own feedback of how we feel like we're doing this episode.
Yeah, I think it works well though. I think it does. So, airing out the grievances, copyright pending. I don't know if it's copyrighted or not, but if it is, we didn't say that. And then we'll get into Unbreakable records, and we'll do a week in review. And I think it has been a pretty eventful week with playoffs going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do that. So to start off, unless you want this to start off.
No, you're all good.
Okay, I don't want to step on your toes. Even though it's my podcast. We are doing, the airing out the grievances. I want to start off, I think it was on Tuesday. Colin Cowherd, I saw a clip on Twitter from Colin Cowherd about how, it was about Philly, and about how the city needs to calm down. And his exact analogy was that Philly has been flying first class this whole time with the Eagles and Villanova, and now it's back to coach because now the Sixers won't go far in the playoffs, and the Flyers will probably lose, and then the Phillies are the Phillies.
Right.
So, and my gripe with that is, I think he has, I'll credit him, I think he has a point somewhere in there.
Right.
That, yeah, it's rare for a city to win multiple championships, so you're going to ride that high as long as it is.
I mean,
unless you're
Philadelphia
Boston.
Soul keep on winning. So,
I mean,
they were losing to the Baltimore Brigade earlier tonight. So,
the season's already back.
Yeah. That's the game we were watching.
Yeah. Dude, arena football's so fun to watch. It's so crazy.
I didn't know Baltimore had a team.
Yeah, apparently. Anyway, it's I think that there's a point there, but I don't think you should go on a radio show and say, "Hey, Philly's been milking this, and you gotta come down eventually." Because the Sixers as of right now are up 3-1 on the Heat.
Yes,
this could be released during the next series,
right?
Depending on what happens,
right?
The Flyers are tied.
They're 3-2.
3-2. Yeah,
but they just won. They won 2 home playoff games or away playoff games.
Yeah,
against the back-to-back defending champions. Yeah.
They have Game 6 in Pittsburgh on Sunday.
No, Game 6 is in Philadelphia.
Oh, it is in Philadelphia. See, I get the series formats mixed up.
Yeah.
Because baseball does 2-3-2.
Right.
Hockey and basketball do 2-2, 1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1, and
until 7 hits.
Yeah. Anyway, it's but I just don't think it should be. The Phillies aren't doing that bad. That was my other point. The Phillies are third in the division right now, and they're above 500, which I think is exceeding expectations. Maybe low expectations, but they're exceeding it. But, especially after that first
week of the season
when they booed Gabe Kapler out of the
building.
building.
And they thought that they're going to go 0-162.
Yeah, but they are around 500. I don't know off the top of my head if they're over or not, but they're around 500.
Yeah.
They're 19 or 20-1 at home this season, which is insane. Ariela's in the rotation consistently now, and Aaron Nola's, and of course Rhys Hoskins, our boy. So
Rhys.
So I mean, I get his point, but at the same time, he was a little strong.
He just hates Philadelphia.
He does.
He hates
most people.
Didn't he say the Philadelphia Eagles Stadium was built on top of a prison?
Yes, which is not entirely false.
You think that if you would have this long sustained career in sports broadcasting, you would also have the decency to fact check your statements and not just say random wrong things consistently. But he's made a very full career on doing that, and he somehow continues to be employed and somehow continues to make a lot of money. But he's also on his 18th wife now too. So
that's true. I think he's on his 3rd wife.
Yeah,
but I don't mind him as much as like Skip Bayless.
Oh, Skip Bayless is just
he's a whole other level.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Yeah,
like him and Stephen A. Smith deserved each other.
Yeah,
the fact that they separated and made 2 different shows bad is not fair for the rest of America. When they could keep Shannon Sharp and Max Kellerman together, and then that would be a really good show, even though you can't understand a single word that Shannon Sharp's saying because he's got that deep Southern Alabama accent. So Alabamian? I believe so.
Alabama.
Yeah, it's somewhere down in the South.
Okay, and he has that like it almost sounds like Charlie Manuel. You know, like that, just like as my mom used to say, marbles in your mouth.
Yes. Peanut butter on the roof of your mouth, kind of. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's just my grip. I don't think you should be hating so strong on Philly when you're gonna.
I mean, they're down
from the mountain eventually.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but you gotta let them be. Like they've been successful. You also have to realize that like they have not only have their teams won championships, but at the same time their other teams are also in the playoffs. They're are also having successful seasons. I mean, like the Sixers they keep saying that every single game the Sixers. And not only that, but the Sixers are a young team too. Like even everything that they're doing right now is all exceeding expectations. Not too many people thought that they were going to have a home playoff series. Not too many people thought that they're going to be.
Just for the record, you did call it.
I did
in our draft Squadcast episode
last
year.
Yeah, but I'm not going to toot my own horn here, okay?
Well, I will toot it for you.
Okay, well, thank you.
On our soundboard.
Yeah. Imaginary soundboard.
But we have a week in review jingle. Yeah. That's part of our soundboard too. Don't hate on the soundboard.
But yeah, I mean, they've been a successful team, and the fact that you're going to continue to hate on them just because, I don't know, whatever your grievance with Philadelphia, the entire city of Philadelphia is, but it's because you have that quote unquote grievance doesn't mean that you need to take it out on all the sports teams who have won, who have been successful, and they also have a lot of teams that are in the playoffs and they're performing pretty adequately in the playoffs.
Literally,
as well.
you have 3 out of the 4 major teams are in the playoffs.
Right.
You have the defending Super Bowl champs. You have the Sixers who could make a run. You have the Flyers who snuck in but are still a playoff team.
Right.
You can't deny that. And you have the Phillies who are, like I said, 3rd in the division right now.
Yeah, definitely
better than the Nationals.
Team on the rise. Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to hate on one. I get it. Okay, just be cautious that eventually you're not going to win a championship.
Right.
Because it's been 4 in a row because the Soul won 2. But yeah, but it's 3 in a row, not 4 in a row, 3 in a row.
Yeah,
college basketball, Super Bowl, Arena Bowl.
Yeah,
so 3 in a row.
But I mean,
of course. I don't think. Well, I think some diehard fans expect to win every championship ever. Yeah, but I think for the most part, speaking as a transported Philadelphia fan, most people have that mentality of, okay, how realistic is it?
Yeah,
and we know the Flyers aren't. They might be bouncing the first round by the time this is out.
Yeah, hopefully they likely will, but
Crosby can go eat dicks. I wanted to say something more clever, but I just felt it. And then the Sixers, like I said, Sixers make a run. So that was my hearing of the grievance.
I guess mine will be kind of going about the NBA playoffs and just why did Justice Winslow have to be as petty, or attempt to be as petty as he was towards Joel Embiid's mask?
I'm hating that.
I don't understand that.
Phantom of the process.
And my thing is you know that's gonna come back to you. You know that the kind of player Joel Embiid is that's gonna come back to you, and he's gonna. And he literally said you're gonna be I'm gonna make you I'm gonna be in your nightmares, and he has He came in the first playoff game in the series. He was the first player in the history of the NBA to have 27 points, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks, and 3 assists in their first playoff game. Granted,
that's so specific.
But yeah, but yeah, I mean, he was. I mean, of course, and you stomping on and trying to break his mask, and then him going out and saying that it doesn't matter, I have 50 more. I'm that's hysterical. And you don't want to piss Joel Embiid off because he's already going to come back and going to eat you alive. On top of that, my other grievance is probably with Hassan Whiteside in the same series, who's been atrocious, and I think he is the highest paid player on Miami Heat. He's getting rotational minutes, and he's averaging less than 6 points a game. First game he had 4, second game he had 2, third game he had 5. And like I said, he's the highest paid player in the league. In
the league?
Not in the league, but on the Miami Heat, I should say. My apologies. Yeah, on the Miami Heat.
I was like, holy crap!
And
that's true.
He's been a rotational player. His problem is he wants Eric Spoelstra to gear more of the offense towards him, but it's not successful. It won't be successful because everything about what the NBA is turning into more of you need a big guy who can shoot threes. I mean, you look at Joel Embiid, you look at Karl-Anthony Towns. I mean, you look at what the Philadelphia 76ers did to Jahlil Okafor. It's like, oh yeah, we want a back to the basket guy. No, you don't, because they're not going to be successful. They won't they're not going to be great free throw shooters. They can't stretch the floor. That's what the thing is, and he's that traditional back to the basket center, and he's averaging less than 6 points a game in the playoffs, and he wants to get more minutes. Like if you can't shoot, if you're not a threat anytime you touch anywhere that you touch the ball on the court, then you're not going to be good. But
so outside our studio, somebody just experienced the bathroom with the shower curtain. Does she know?
I don't think so.
Okay. Find out after. Off camera hijinks will definitely ensue after recording.
But yeah,
big man shooting threes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how the league is now. So
yeah,
it's like,
and him wanting to have the offense flow through him more. I'm like, with the way the analytics, and we've talked about this, the way the analytics have evolved in NBAs, it's more efficient to take more 3-point shots than it is to take 2-point shots. Obviously, because they're worth more.
Yeah, that extra point.
Yeah. And you with your old school mentality of like, oh, if I just like back him down low in the post, then I get my easy 2. And like, no, I mean that's what makes Embiid so great is the fact that he has the ability, the post moves to actually go down low and like box somebody out and create a lot of offense on the block. But he can also step out and shoot a 3. He can also get it facilitated at the top of the key as well, and that's what makes them very successful. Even with how successful, like it's crazy to me how successful Ben Simmons has been in his first year without a jump shot. I mean, he had a triple-double today.
Yeah.
And the fact that he still would have put up 16, 17 points per game and not have a jump shot. I mean, he attempted 11 3-pointers the entire season. He doesn't even try to shoot threes. He only attempted 3 his entire career, his one season at LSU. Granted, that's a 35 game season.
Yeah.
He only played
at
half
LSU.
because he was injured. Yeah, at LSU. But yeah, I mean, this season he played most games and he only shot 11 3-pointers the entire season. And if he ever develops a shot, that could be a scary team.
Yeah.
But he hasn't yet.
He does.
Yeah, right. He hasn't yet. And
I've seen some. I tried to watch the game. This is like the first time I actually watched an NBA playoffs in a while. But like I've seen some of his passes, and his vision almost compensates for that, like a jump shot.
Yeah.
He's literally like, he'll look one way, and the defender will go that way. And he'll just like cut it inside to Dario or Embiid coming down. So
another grievance I'd like to say I have is
you are over your limit of grievances.
Nope, this is it. It's about the passing of Greg Popovich's wife, and
did not know that.
Yeah, she died this week, Wednesday, and it's crazy how sports, ESPN, TNT, it doesn't matter who is broadcasting, how they try and make this a story. Like, I understand it's like a big story, like it's his wife, they were married for 41 years, and like that's tough, but like you also don't want to do it like this thing where like you're bringing it into the light too much because it's too much. Like you're like, because you're trying to make a story and you're trying to make money off of other people's sadness and other people's grief, and like
so personal.
Right, exactly, and that's incredibly personal. It's just not what you want. I mean, it's just kind of it's like you don't want somebody like all these cameras to be in your face when you just lost somebody. Like look at what Isaiah Thomas lost his sister last year, and like in the first round of playoffs, and like like he played the next game, and like the cameras all in his face, and like 3 hours before the shoot around, like cameras in his face, and everything like that. It's like that's just uncalled for. It's just unnecessary. It's just let him go through his routine, let him grieve in his own personal way. But it's tough because they don't allow you to actually experience anything to yourself and keep it just personal. Like keep your personal issues personal, because it's so out on a big spectrum that it's just.
Well, it's like when Todd Heap ran over his daughter.
Right.
They had him at a Ravens game like a couple weeks after it happened. Like, yeah, they did like some big dedication to her or something like that. But still, like, not only did he lose her, but he was the one who ran her over by accident. And like, that's a huge weight to bear. And then to have it like blast out there, and you're not even like in the league anymore.
Right.
You're still all over the news and everything. So
publicly displayed throughout the entire world, for your entire world to know your dirty laundry.
It's just so much.
With that type of situation, I think everything should be ran by the person.
The individual,
Because everybody agrees that some people might want that. I don't know who exactly.
Right.
Some people might want that distraction, but other people, it's a lot of just acting like everything's normal. So for especially the wife of that long of a marriage, you just want to get back into the coach's room and back into the locker room and do everything. But I can't speak on behalf of people, but I agree with your point though. You need to ask them, hey, is it okay if we shove 80,000 cameras into your face before the game? And
the interview with LeBron James after their game, that received a lot of negative backlash because it seemed like he was taken aback by the question when Ali LaForce asked him the question after the game on TNT, and it's just it's tough, and it's put in such a public place where nobody knew nobody really knows Greg Popovich individually. Obviously, if that's the case, nobody really knows. Not too many people know Aaron Popovich's wife, and for you to be thoughts and prayers. I mean, it's sure nice, but he doesn't know who you are. He's sending the big ones it's Popovich. I know it's nice to say your thoughts and prayers and condolences and things like that, but don't but if you're that close to somebody, you tell them that individually. You don't go to Twitter and you say hey, sorry about your loss, thoughts up, prayers and everything like that.
It's such a tricky time though,
because, exactly.
If I'm a prominent sports reporter or in the league or something, I feel obligated to tweet that but it's also I shouldn't feel obligated to tweet that.
Yeah.
It's a very odd time to be alive.
Right. No, it is. It is.
Because I'm just picturing all the Mike Greenberg, who I follow a lot, and he tweets a lot about that, and it's not specifically that. It just, if I'm that big of a name, I should, because then people will come at me oh, why didn't you say it? Why didn't you say it? And sometimes just because I know them.
Yeah.
And I texted or called. You know, I didn't have to tweet it out. So.
Yeah. With personal issue, you kept it personal.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, all right. Sorry against the grievances. That was it. Let us know if you need to air out anything. Let's get fan involved as much as we can.
Yeah.
I feel like we always get the same people liking and sharing everything, though, which I appreciate. I don't want to knock against anyone, but
the loyal few, we got you.
The loyal few, we need to keep you, and we need to grow and get more loyal few people. Yeah.
Hey,
anyway, our main topic tonight. I was mainly thinking about Jeff.
Yeah.
Because every time I share a Squadcast or SportsSqwad, he's the first one. It's less than 30 seconds. It's Jeff Keys. I don't know if I can say his name, but it's this person liked the link you shared. I'm alright. Anyway, main topic is Unbreakable records. So we're going to talk about records that we think can't be beat. Maybe some that might possibly be able to beat, even though they're promoted as Unbreakable. Others, wherever we go from there. I was talking to our hockey consultant, Ryan.
Okay.
Earlier. During our pre-production meeting.
Anything Wayne Gretzky will...
Anything Wayne Gretzky
will not be beat.
Yeah, so we said in a few episodes, just anything Wayne Gretzky in hockey is unbeatable. Like, it truly is.
Yeah.
He's so far and above everything else. Like, Yager is still, like, 1,000 points behind.
Oh, my God.
Gretzky. And he played for, like, 25 years. So, like, and he's also Yager. Like,
yeah.
Oh, side note about Yager. I saw a thing on Reddit. As always.
Yeah, of course.
It was, what was it? Oh, it was something like the subreddit, like, quit your bullshit. It's what people get called out on.
Right.
Like, obviously fake stuff. And so it was somebody posted or attempted to tweet out a picture of, she was like a 19-year-old model, and she just slept with Yager and like took a picture like the morning after, like
right.
in his bed or hotel room or whatever it was, and like it was a selfie in bed, and she threatened him, like blackmailed him. He was like oh hey, like give me this amount of money or else I'm gonna post this on Twitter. And he was like, okay, go ahead, because he's not married and he doesn't have any kids.
Right.
He's just living his life to the fullest. And he was just like, go ahead. I was like, yes, such a Yager move. But yeah, I think Yager might. I think in hockey, it really is definitely playing for second. I think there are some records that can be broken below Gretzky. But
that's, I mean, no one's gonna touch.
And
him.
also in like any sport, it's like, what other sport is there Gretzky that the game hasn't changed that much since they've been out that it's unbeatable, like truly unbeatable. And I think in baseball, I think the biggest one, it's kind of an obvious one for any baseball fan, is Cy Young's wins. He won like 502 games in his career.
Wow. That's
never going to be beat because you're lucky to get to 300.
Yeah.
Let alone another 200 on top of that. Like, people are celebrating 200 because it's like such a milestone. You know?
What about consecutive hits? Like in back-to-back games?
Lou Gehrig.
Is that Lou Gehrig?
Yeah, Lou Gehrig. 56.
Okay.
56. Are you talking about 56 like games with a hit?
Yeah.
Yeah. 56 games. So that's gonna be hard. But I've seen people get to like 35.
Yeah.
I think Chase Utley got to like 35 one year. And I want to say like Prince Fielder got close too. I could be totally wrong with Prince Fielder, but definitely Chase Utley got to the 30. Jimmy Rollins got to like 20 something. Philly fan, obviously coming out. I forget who had the most.
I feel like they always talk about it. Like whenever somebody gets like around the 20 is like, oh, like they've had this many consecutive games with a hit. I'm like, oh, they're not gonna get it.
Yeah, but I mean 56 is hard. Like
right.
Like
it's half the season, almost half. Well, not really.
Well, no, not really. Yeah, it's 162 games.
Third of the season.
50 is not half of 162. But it's basically a third of the season. So I'm torn on that one. I'm probably 70-30 on that one.
Yeah.
I think 70% no one will come close. But then I see people who get to 35-40, and I'm like, if you're doing it that long, what's stopping you from doing it another 16 times?
Yeah.
And I think people will get the edge.
But I just feel like with pitching,
that truly unbeatable. But
but I just feel like with pitching now these days, it's just like
the game's so specialized.
Nowadays,
that's why Cy Young's record will never be broken.
Yeah.
You have a 5-man rotation. You're only pitching 30 times a game. 30 times a year.
Yeah.
Maybe a few more. You might get to 35.
Right.
But so you're only playing 30. Even if you win 20, right? That's what, 20 years.
Yeah.
And then some. Like to get you you need to average 20 wins a year for 20 seasons, and then some. Add an extra 100 in there. Like, that's absurd. So I definitely think that one is truly that. I think someone's currently not close to the record, but they've been on base like every game of the season so far. Someone, maybe.
Okay.
It might have been Reese, honestly.
Really?
He reached base like 19 straight games or something. Because he's Reese Hoskins.
Yeah.
And he can do no wrong.
You're not wrong.
So
I think I feel like there's a lot. Obviously,
there's a fair amount, but I think to just get this discussion going.
The biggest one, especially in basketball, is obviously anything Wilt Chamberlain did.
Oh, well, he made rules.
Yeah, like, he literally made rules.
Set because of him.
Yeah, he made like the goaltending rule, 3-second rule. He made multiple rules. You're not going to see anybody else in the history of the NBA score 100 points. It's just not going to happen.
It won't. But Kobe did drop 81.
Yeah.
You think if he shot a few more possessions.
I just don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, and not only that, but like
another 19 points, which is what some people average.
But the thing is, you know how tough it is to score 100 points in a basketball game where you don't make a single 3-point shot.
That's true. 3-point
like
shot
that.
Wasn't in,
yeah. Well, I mean, and he wasn't a shooter. Like he wasn't a shooter either.
He just stood in the paint the entire time.
Yeah.
Because it was a 3-second rule.
No, exactly. So you just stood in there.
I wonder how you score 100 points when there's no rules.
And when you're that physically dominating compared to everybody else, when you're 7'1", 275 pounds, you're not like, and nobody else in the NBA is even that close to your size. I mean, even Bill Russell, who was a center in his era, was 6'9", and LeBron's 6'8". Like that's how it's evolved. How much it's evolved now. I just don't think. I mean, I think Wilt Chamberlain averaged 50 points in this, or 50 rebounds in a season as well. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that, Sports Squad listeners, because that may not be right. But yeah,
there's just one guy in the depths of YouTube, like Kelly got that one wrong. But he had 48 rebounds.
But I mean, there's crazy ones out there. I mean, people didn't think that anybody was going to average another triple-double after Oscar Robertson did it. And now
2 years in a row.
Yeah, now 2 years. Yeah, I mean, it's become more and more like, it's become a bigger thing now. It's become more prevalent. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see like a Ben Simmons average a triple-double throughout his career. You know, like that used to be what was thought to be an unreachable goal, and now it's like, oh, I mean, Russell Westbrook just did it back-to-back years. It's not easy. I mean, it's not difficult at all.
I heard he today during the game, Ben Simmons averaged a triple-double during their winning streak going into the playoffs.
He did, yes. During their 16-game winning streak heading into the playoffs, he was averaging a triple-double. It was like, I think it was like 16.7 points, 10.1 rebounds, and 10.3 assists. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, something like that. That's a better guess than what I had.
That, I don't think consecutive games, well, no, I guess Eli's streak is over since they benched him for that 1 week.
For that one game.
Yeah.
I was thinking that too, but, well, for football, just...
Did Peyton break it before, or is it still Brett Favre?
It's 296, I think, right?
Okay.
He didn't get to 300. Right?
No.
Because he got concussed.
Yes. So I don't think that'll be broken. I don't think Emmitt Smith.
I mean, Eli was close, wasn't he? Didn't he get to 200?
Yeah, he was in the 200s, but like I said, once they bench him,
that's another 10 seasons.
Yeah.
They need to get 100.
Right.
You know, but it'll be interesting if Eli reaches that point and you look back and it was that one game.
Yeah, exactly.
He was benched. He wasn't hurt. The coach was just like, nope, we're putting in Geno Smith, was it?
It was Geno Smith.
Yeah, Geno Smith instead. And then the next week, you're like, all right, Eli, you're back because you're not worse than Eli.
Yeah, Ben McAdoo.
Oh, Ben McAdoo.
Oh, my God.
You will be missed.
Yeah, he will be missed with the rest of the NFC East. I don't think, it might be homerism, but I don't think Emmitt Smith's rushing record will ever be broken.
What was his? What was like single season?
No, like career.
Oh, career.
Yeah. He ran for 18,755 yards.
Who's the next closest?
Who was number 2? It wasn't Barry Sanders. It was Walter Payton.
Well, sounds right.
It was Walter Payton.
Yeah, thanks research department.
But I just don't think it'll happen.
That is absurd though. 18,000?
18,755 yards.
So you're close to 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even if you're at
just looked it up
18,000, 18,000, yeah.
Because I mean, even
that's
it's just like
1,000 yards a year for 18 years,
right?
Like averaging,
yeah.
And
to have like that longevity in a career, even people who you thought were gonna be like superhuman and they're gonna average, or who are gonna be able to break it, like an Adrian Peterson. Like you thought, oh, he's gonna be superhuman. He's a freak. Even in his 30s, he'll be like a freak of nature. And then he'll still be running for over 1,000 yards every season. And it
catches up.
It catches. I mean, you can only continually get hit by 300-pound men long enough until your body decides, nope, I think I'm good now.
Yeah.
Like, and that was the argument against Emmitt Smith all the time, is because like the Cowboys had such a great and dominant offensive line that they're like, oh, I mean, all he has to do is just like run through this wide open offensive line and then just like get hit by a measly 195 pounds safety or corner, and then like he's good.
Yeah.
So he's able to sustain that long of a career. I mean, like even after he got cut from Dallas.
Quote unquote.
Well, I mean, because it was Bill Parcells who cut him, and then brought in Troy Hambrick, who was an awful running back. He was more of a fullback than he was a running back.
Honestly, the first time I heard that name.
Troy Hambrick. Yep. And then Emmitt Smith, who went to Arizona. Because I remember playing NFL Street.
Dude, NFL Street was awesome. And okay, I'm still holding this over my brother like so many years later. 1 year for Christmas, he got me NFL Street 2, and he had like his video games in his room, and then I had my video games in like I think it was the basement at the time. I forget. We changed setups in our house so many times. But he had his own like DVD/video games in his room, and he put it in he kept it in the plastic covering and put it on his shelf with the other games.
Okay.
So it didn't look like it was like he didn't hide it anywhere.
Yeah.
Like he hid it in plain sight, and I'm still kind of mad at him about it because I saw it on the shelf. I was like, oh, I got NFL Street 2, and then like a week later during Christmas, I'm like, oh hey, it's mine. Like, dude, that was my present. Anyway, I think, thinking of football, I think this one is more of a 50-50 than truly unbeatable.
Yeah.
Is the longest kick in history, because I think 3 people hold that record at 63. Possibly 4.
The one guy
Matt
did it.
Prater and Janikowski and one other person. And I think 2 out of the 3 times happened in Denver.
I want to say Scott Dempsey.
Yeah.
What was his name? He didn't have any toes. He had a club foot.
Really?
Yeah, on his kicking foot.
Huh. Yeah. Jake Elliott got close hitting the 62-yarder in week 2. But I mean, 3 people hold that record. So, like, you go back 1 more yard, you don't think it's going to...
Yeah, I mean, it could happen.
It's hard. Like Janikowski hit like a 70-yarder in practice once. It was unofficial, because obviously it was like during pregame warm-ups. He just went, all right, let me go to the other side of the field.
Tom Dempsey,
yes.
But it says Prater had the longest at 64 yards.
Prater? Okay, so according to the interwebs, Prater.
Yeah, Tom Dempsey, born with a stub for a right foot. So he had like a club. He had like a specialized shoe that had like little metal pellets on the end of his shoe, and it kicked the ball even further. Yep, he was the first one to kick 63-yard field goal. I know. Isn't there like a longest punt? Isn't there like a 99-yard punt?
There might be 99, or it's
I feel like
that's one of those stats where it's like, well, you can't get further. You know, like if you punt from the 1 yard line, you're obviously going to punt it 99 yards. You can't punt it any further. It's like the 109-yard kick return. Yeah. You know, like you can't break it. I know Randall Cunningham hit it. Like
yes. I'm looking it up right now. It was a 91-yard punt.
Yeah, 91. It's not 99. 91-yard punt.
Randall Cunningham, former quarterback out of UNLV.
He was in the Kelly Green era, right?
Yes, he was in the Kelly Green era. He played for the Cowboys for a little bit, too. Did he play? I think he played for Minnesota as well.
Yeah, he did play for Minnesota.
Because he came in at the very beginning of Randy Moss's career. I think. Yeah. I think so. That sounds right.
So we had to get T-shirts for the track tournament. That was up to me, and the person, my supervisor was like, "You should do green and orange because it's none of the school's colors. Like, well, we made them biased, and they're easy to spot.
Right
for volunteers." So I was looking at green, and they had Irish and Kelly, and then like a forest green. But I wanted it to be bright. Forest green is too dark.
Yeah.
And I was tempted to go Kelly green, just to have that. Just to be like, I got Kelly Green, and then me and one other person will understand why that's so important. But went Irish Green instead. They're still cool.
No, they are. But what other records are there?
I'm trying to think. Well, obviously one is Johnny Vandermeer. Of course you know him, right?
Yeah, it's ringing all the bells.
He threw back-to-back no-hitters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, two in a row.
Wow, that's really impressive.
And I think Mark Burley came close. He threw his perfect game, and then went 6 perfect the next game.
Okay.
And people were like, hold on, like this could happen. And
I'm really mad that Bartolo Colon did not have a perfect game the other week.
He lost in like the 8th inning.
Yes, I know. I was livid. And I used to cheer for the Houston Astros before that game. After that game, I'm like, no, the Astros are dead to me because they ruined this for Bartolo. And by ruining it for Bartolo, they ruined it for America. And I was livid.
I hope Bartolo plays forever.
He has.
I mean, yeah, he helped lead the Brave Stadium.
Yeah.
Right? But,
what a legend.
Big sexy.
Oh my god, the sexiest of big sexies. What else?
Yeah.
What we got?
Yeah, back. I mean, Pete Rose's hit record.
Yeah. You think those home run records will be broken? Depending on which one you actually view as like a real.
Yeah.
That's the real record. That's not steroid tainted.
I don't like the count bonds because I think it's so obvious with him.
Yes. But like Hank Aaron's like.
Yeah. Which I mean, Stan King he hit 59 last year.
Yeah. I
think Ryan Howard hit 59 one year.
Yeah, but I was
or like 55 or something.
Right.
Like if you get a good enough, you need to be a good hitter and you need to be a good power hitter. You need to have discipline. You can't be Chris Davis.
Right. I mean, Chris Davis is batting a solid 123.
123. Cool. But anyway,
I'm so glad they don't have him leading off anymore. That was atrocious.
That's all on Twitter. I was like, no.
This is April Fool's joke.
True. Yeah. Well, an interesting record that might be set is the biggest contract for players. Because I think either Harper or Machado will get $400 million next year.
Yeah, but that's gonna just keep on going up.
Will it though? Because at a certain point, you
gotta be like, hey, 500 mil is enough for a player.
You pay $400 million.
What?
For even 10
you want him
years.
signing a 10-year, $500 million contract for $50 million a year?
Yeah. Like I think at a certain point, a team's just gonna be like, no.
Nah, I'm good. even the Yankees, would be like, nah, we good.
Yeah, like that's just. Because I think Stan has the highest for baseball right now.
Yeah, he signed a 10-year, $325 million contract.
Now the Yankees are paying it.
Oh yeah, good luck with that.
Is it Stafford in the NFL or possibly Matt Ryan?
Not Matt Ryan yet, but I believe it is Stafford because Stafford was getting.
Stafford, yeah.
Well, it depends on what you go by. If you go by the annual, or if you go by like guaranteed money. Because if you go by guaranteed money, then that's going to be Kirk Cousins because he signed a fully guaranteed contract, which is unheard of in the NFL.
Yeah, I always get confused on what's what.
Because Stafford, I think, is getting $27.5 million per year. It's a couple dollars.
Nice.
Yeah,
right.
He hasn't won a single playoff game, but he's getting $27.5 million per year. It's no big deal. Same thing with Derek Carr. I believe Derek Carr is getting $25 million a year.
But Derek Carr basically revitalized.
Yeah,
Raiders,
Oakland/Las Vegas.
And technically Stafford did too, but he also had Kelvin Johnson.
Yeah, he did.
Quite a few years.
He did.
Derek Carr basically came and be like, all right, we're a playoff team now, and we're possibly the 1 seed.
Yeah.
And I'm going to break my leg.
NBA is getting crazy contracts now too. I mean,
and they are getting high contracts.
They're starting to hit $200 million.
Is James Harden not as big?
I believe so because he signed an extension that put him at.
That always confuses me too.
Yeah, that put his total contract at $247 million. But I think Steph signed a 5-year, $205 million contract. Not bad, nice little.
$205 million.
But it's crazy because NBA players make crazy money.
Oh yeah,
crazy money. Because I mean, you can say what you want to say about baseball contracts. I don't think that they get nearly the kind of endorsements that the NBA players do. No, especially nationwide.
Yeah, the NBA is all endorsements, and the NFL too.
Yes,
I saw Rob Gronkowski deposits his check. It's into his savings account.
Yeah,
and he just spends his endorsement money all the time. That's what he uses to make a living.
Makes
it's
sense.
Just endorsements.
Makes
I think
sense.
it's his Patriots check is the 10th highest check he receives.
We were just talking about that today. Football players are doing yogurt commercials and stuff. They can literally do anything and get endorsement money.
I mean, if I'm the quarterback of an NFL team, I'm gonna take any endorsement I can.
Yeah,
I mean, Justin Tucker's singing opera,
literally.
For Royal Farms commercials.
Royal Farms commercials on the radio and on TV and stuff.
Dak Prescott had one good year, and he got every single endorsement.
He's doing Oikos commercials. That's what we were talking about.
Well,
that's crazy.
Because he was drafted in the 4th round, his money he only makes $750,000 a year, as playing football. But
that's with the new CBA too. Though,
right, exactly.
That was after the Sam Bradford contract.
All the money that he makes with endorsements Like, he's got Tostitos, he's got Oikos, he's got Adidas, he's got Bose, he's got this, like, Wheels Up. It's not Wheels Up. It's, like, some sort of, like, private plane type thing that he sponsors. Yeah, he's got them all. So, like, he makes like 12 times his salary just off of endorsements.
Yeah, I was going to say, he has to make so much more off of that.
He makes it all.
Well, I did my
Campbell's Chunky Noodle Soup.
How did my parents make me play baseball?
Like basketball. I mean, basketball is so prevalent too, because like you can see their faces at all times. So all the stars are superstars, and they have their own shoes, and people buying their shoes.
Most of the time are somewhat reasonably priced.
Yeah, I mean, like
sometimes they get released and it's like $250. And people are. That's a great thing. But like, I would never pay $250 for a pair of sneakers. I find it like
Kelvin can't say the same. They're
I'm
all
not
sitting
saying
under
I
his
would
bed too.
pay a discount for a total of $250.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I just couldn't shell out $250.
Well, the shoes themselves are usually initially like fairly reasonably priced, except for like LeBron's and Kobe's. Like LeBron's can go anywhere between $275 to $175. Kobe's are usually $185 to $225. But like
I buy sneakers for $100, and that's like on the cheaper end nowadays.
Like Kevin Durant's are always like $195 to like $225. Steph Curry is usually pretty reasonable. Like those are like only like $125, $135. Even like Jordans don't start off like aren't initially super expensive. Those are usually only like $150, $160. It's just everybody buys, like there's such a limited amount when they first put them out that everybody buys multiple pairs and then they resell them for double the price.
Capitalism.
Oh, it's the worst.
I was thinking of just trying to swerve back to records.
Yeah.
Pete Rose's record. I think that's his hits record. He has like 4,100.
Yeah, 41. I think it's 4181.
41 sounds about right.
Or 4161 or something like that.
4181.
I'm gonna Google it.
With a very diligent research department here. I'm shelling out the big bucks for it. We need endorsements. That's what we need on SportsSqwad. We need endorsements.
Oh, we're not right. 4,256.
Oh, okay. 4256. And that's
really impressive.
That's impressive because it's the same thing with the wins record. You know, like you get to 3,000 hits.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Right.
And that's people who have been playing for like 20 years.
Right.
You know, like Ichiro just celebrated 3,000. What, like last year or 2 years ago?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
He's not going to play long enough to get to 4,000 because
he spent so much time in Japan. Yeah, like he has like total like pro career. He has like 4,000 hits or something like that. But yeah,
if you're not counting playoff hits, you're not counting Japanese hits.
What?
You either count them all, or you have lines.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Can't celebrate 4,000 hits and then celebrate 3,000 hits the year after you celebrate 4,000 hits. It's a whole like Doctor Who scenario.
No, I got you.
I just found it funny because Doctor Who celebrated like 50 years, but then they celebrated like 10 years of New Who. Like this is where our nerd side, my nerd side at least. But yeah, I mean we're not gonna obviously hit every single unbeatable record,
right?
Or unbreakable, whatever word you want to use. But I think I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I think most of them are just because the game's changed.
Yeah, exactly. So like you look at like all those like a lot, especially like all those passing records that are like in college football. Those get replaced every single year. Yeah, because Texas Tech has a new offense, has a new quarterback, and he's throwing 50 to 60 times a game, and
yeah, I really
and there's like they're playing the Big 12 too, when nobody plays defense.
I remember seeing like a final stat line of an Eagles game last year. Carson Wentz passed it like 52 times. Or Roethlisberger does it too.
Yeah.
Passed it like 50 times. I'm like, man, that's really high. And then you look at like Baylor's offense. It's like, oh, that's just another day. Like
Baylor's offense quieted down a little bit with the addition of Matt Rule.
Yeah,
and
everything else.
If you look at, I mean, like the offense are like that. It's like just about every other team in the Big 12.
Big 12 and Pac-12.
Yeah, Pac-12 and Syracuse. Because Syracuse's coach Dino Babers was a coach under Art Briles over at Baylor.
Yeah,
and he went to Syracuse, and they throw all over the place. So yeah.
Well, we're getting near the end. I don't want to say exact times. We are getting near the end. So I think we've exhausted our Unbreakable records, mostly off the cuff.
And shoe sales.
Yeah. So week in review.
We can review.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So week in review. Playoffs. Sixers are up 3-1. You think they make it to the conference finals?
I don't know.
Is it them versus the Cavs?
I don't know if the Cavs make it out of this round.
Aren't they down?
They blew they're down 2-1. They blew a 17-point lead last night.
They're down 2-1.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're down 2-1. Yeah, I think
the Pelicans
I think the Sixers can make it to the conference finals.
It honestly wouldn't surprise me because I don't really know. They've played well so far in the playoffs this year. This year, even though they lost last night, but I'm still very weary of Toronto and what they do because I don't see them getting out of the second round of like the Capitals of basketball.
Yeah. Hey, they won in overtime today. That's
overtime today.
Since you brought it up. Won in overtime. Bucci overtime challenge.
All but one of those games has been in overtime.
That's insane. Yeah. So.
One. It's insane.
That's it. The
stressful
part, though, is that they're gonna play the Penguins or the Flyers next round.
They're gonna play
Penguins. I feel like that's how it is every year.
Yeah.
Always end up playing.
That's just the way it falls. But I think it's the realignment. The realignment didn't do anyone any favors. It's just the way it.
And it turns out the same every year.
Mm-hmm.
Like choke.
Yeah. It's a second round.
Yep.
Then 1 year though, Caps lost in 7 somewhat recently.
They lost in 7 last year.
Was it last year?
So the Penguins, yeah. They were down like 3-1, and then they came back to tie at 3-3 and then lost in overtime, I believe.
So in Ryan's words,
yes,
me and his friendship is based off of Peter.
Okay.
Because one of the first times he texted me was 2 years ago now, back at our former employer. And it was Flyers somebody, and Caps was going to be... Or no, it was Flyers need to win, like, their last game of the season.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they would play the Caps in the first round if they won. The Flyers ended up winning, so I texted him. I was like, see you in round 1. And he said something back, and I was, like, jokingly attacking me, something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I got Peter on my side. He'll protect me. He's like, oh, you have a Penguin? Maybe he's, like, a double agent. I was like, nah, he's orange and black. That's his true colors. But yeah.
So playoffs. I mean,
Playoffs,
basketball has been interesting.
I've seen an interesting thing. I've only been paying attention to Sixers.
Just had a 6.
I've heard some series have been interesting.
Just had a 6 seed sweep a 3 seed.
That did happen.
Yeah, the Pelicans just beat the Blazers tonight.
Because of course, New Orleans is in the Western Conference.
Yeah, because that makes sense. Same thing with Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
In the East Coast time zone.
And the Nashville Predators.
Western Conference. Yep.
Yeah, Western. Well, at one point the Atlanta Braves were in the NL West, so
makes sense.
Yeah, but I think that's it. You have any bold predictions for the playoffs, or do you think it might just play out as usual?
I think it'll play out as usual. I wouldn't be surprised if the Pelicans can steal at least could take Golden State to 7.
Golden State next round.
I'd imagine so. I imagine Golden State's likely going to sweep the Spurs. They're up 3-0 right now.
Oh yeah.
Especially with no Pop, no Kawhi Leonard. I wouldn't be surprised if the Golden State Warriors win 7 against the Pelicans. Just because Stephen Curry's still going to be iffy in that series. Kevin Durant may not be 100%. He just rolled his ankle in Game 3. And Anthony Davis is legit. I mean, he's...
Yeah. I think he's one of those people. It's hard to say he flies under the radar, but whenever you say who's one of the best players in the league, unless you're like a basketball analyst, it doesn't really pop. Well, it doesn't really come to mind.
The thing about that is they always try and crown the next superstar big man before they become a superstar. So they crown him like the next one when he was like first coming into the league. Like he's the first overall pick. He just won the national championship in Kentucky, and I'm like, he hasn't really developed yet. He's still like he hadn't really developed how to like shoot like free throws at a consistent percentage. He didn't really have too much of a game outside of just lobs and dunks. Now he's got a post game, he's got a mid-range jumper, he can shoot threes. So you don't want to crown them like the next person before that they fully develop. Same thing that they're doing with Karl-Anthony Towns. Like Karl-Anthony Towns is still young, he hasn't fully developed yet, and it takes longer for big men to kind of develop because they need to get, especially when they're built like Anthony Davis, when you're kind of wiry and you develop late because like because his growth spurt was so crazy. I mean, he went
when you enter the league at 18, 19.
Yeah.
Like Ben Simmons did that this past offseason.
Yeah,
he grew 3 inches. This past offseason.
I mean, Anthony Davis grew 7 inches from his junior year of high school to his senior year of high school. So his freshman year he was 6. Or his freshman year of high school he was 5'11". Sophomore year he was 6 foot. Junior year he was 6'3", and then his senior year he was 6'10". So he played point guard or guard his entire high school career, and then he played. And then his senior year, he became like the number one like power forward center in the country, and they had a horrible basketball team. Like his high school went 7-22. Don't ask me how I know that.
Yeah.
But it's all AAU. Nobody cares about like high school basketball. It's all about AAU.
There was a girl at my high school. I think she has like my high school's record for like kind of tying it all together. High school record for most points scored. Like career-wise. Yeah. And then she got a scholarship to like Philadelphia University.
Okay.
Like I don't even know if they're D1. They might be D2 or D3.
I've never even heard of Philadelphia University.
Yeah.
It was called that Temple or Drexel.
There's Temple, LaSalle, Drexel. Kind of technically Nova.
Yeah.
Technically. Yeah, but Philadelphia University. That's where she ended up going. She got a full ride there. I don't know what she could have been offered from other schools. I don't know. I wasn't friends with her, so I don't really know much about her. But it just goes to show, like, she's my high school's leadest scoring for a girl, and goes to a D2 school.
Yeah,
like
it's crazy out there.
Yeah, I mean there could have been other factors because like maybe she went for a major, like maybe she wanted to stop playing basketball, but it's still like everybody was stepping up, and I didn't say anything, but even in high school I was like, is this that big of a deal?
Right.
Like, like celebrate the points because that's like a high school record. Like, cool, but don't celebrate the fact she's going to Division 2. Like, oh yeah.
I think that's. Oh my
what
god.
Happened? Anything else happened this week? Oh, what's his name died? Bruno Sammartino died.
Oh yeah.
The wrestler who held the WWF Championship before it became WWF, before it became WWE. Held it for like a total. He had 2 title reigns. He held it for a total of 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah, his first reign went like 11.
He was up there too, wasn't he? Like 82 or something like that.
Yeah, 82. Yeah. So that's another thing. Like even wrestling's changed, even though it's scripted.
Yeah.
It's just like CM Punk had a run of like 484 days. Like compare that to Sammartino's, which was like 11,000.
That's insane.
Yeah, his record. Yeah, you look at all the wrestlers. Like I just watched the Andre the Giant documentary.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a really interesting documentary. But you look just how wrestling was back in the 80s. It's just like
I didn't realize it was all like just regional like that.
Oh yeah,
like, it wasn't like one big WWF until like not that long ago.
Yeah, it's cool. That's why I've kind of gone back into it, just learned the history about it. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And how I didn't know Andre the Giant was so old at WrestleMania 3. You know,
I didn't realize that either.
Such an iconic moment.
Yeah, and I thought they were like both wrestlers that were kind of in their prime, you know?
But, and Hulk Hogan. That was a good document.
The Vapor Rub.
Yeah, baseball's. I was surprised. That was another thing. This past week, I checked the MLB standings. Phillies are 3rd, and the Nationals are 4th.
It's not a surprise. I don't understand. Like I feel like, and here's the thing, and here's my problem with ESPN is sometimes because like they'll show you like the clip of Bryce Harper hitting a home run while breaking the bat, and then they'll lose the game, and I'm like, they'll show you like all the home runs he's hitting, and then they'll still lose the game, and I'm like. So every time I just look at the home runs he's hitting, I'm like, oh damn, they must be playing like really well. They must be like off to a great start. And then, like, no, they keep on losing games. Meanwhile, the Red Sox are 13, 14, 15, and 2.
Oh, yeah, the Red Sox are playing insane. They went into, who are the AL West? Went into Seattle, I think.
Yeah.
Swept them. They
rocked Ohtani in his start.
Yeah. No, that was right. Yeah, they went into Angels.
Yep.
And swept the Angels in LA/Anaheim. Well, they are. They were Anaheim. It's not because I'm popular. It's other reasons.
Sports.
There's MLB. I accidentally clicked MLS instead of MLB. Alright, standings. We have Boston 17-2. Toronto is already 4.5 games back.
How far is Baltimore back?
5 games back. 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 5 games back.
Yeah.
Oh, the Phillies are only a game and a half back of the Mets of first place.
Wow.
That's insane. So as of this recording, the Phillies are second place in the NL East. Remember when the manager got booed opening day? That was fun. Marlins are 5-15.
Wow, they're bad.
That's about it. Everybody else is Milwaukee second, but they made it run last year.
Yeah.
NL Central's always a tight race. So, but yeah, I'm just saying, don't count out the Phillies. They could don't call it a comeback. And I think that's it. Any other major news happened this week?
Not that I can think of.
We should start doing research.
Yeah, we should.
But yeah, all right. So that was
right now we're just a high school kid that's coasting on his good looks.
Yep. I mean,
40's about to hit us real quick.
Oh man, I had to take a lifeguarding class this weekend. Had to get recertified. I was the oldest by 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not that old, but yet I am that old. Everybody was like, "Oh, where are you going to college next year?" I was like, "Holy crap! I already did that." But yeah, it was so. I mean, somebody told me I don't look my age.
Yeah.
So that's.
I get that all the time. He's like, "Oh, you're like 27, 28, right?"
Oh, see, I got the other one.
Yeah, I'm 20.
I said my age, and they're like, "You don't. Wow, you definitely don't look that. You
Yeah.
look much younger." I was like,
I say I'm 23, and they're like, "Wow, I thought you were 29." I'm like, "Oh, okay, my bad. Guess I'm 30 years old then. It's fine."
Old man over there.
I'll just keep on shaving the beard.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's all about the beard.
All right.
Yep. It is
Wrapping
that
it up.
time.
Yeah.
Let us know any other Unbreakable Records stuff, comments, concerns, quandaries. Alright, and that has been me and Kelvin, and a little bit of Jocelyn, and Squad out.